Okay, full disclosure, if you haven't already figured this out, this Yellowstone single barrel is a collaboration between Habit's Bottle Shop in Marietta and Bourbon Riders. There's our collaboration sticker right there. We were part of the team that picked this barrel. And if you didn't see how we picked it, watch that recreation we put on the channel just recently. I think it was last Saturday, in fact, of the kit they send a lot of bottle shops and how we go through that and pick a barrel from 3 samples. It might be a little boring, but if you're really into bourbon and how single barrels are picked, I think you'll enjoy it. Is it highly entertaining? Probably not. But this Yellowstone single barrel is highly entertaining. And I'm not pushing it because I get something from this. I get nothing in the way of monetary rewards from Habit's Bottle Shop. I'm a customer. They don't pay me to do these reviews. They don't pay me every time they sell one of these single barrels. I truly believe in this. I was part of the team that picked it, and I hope it flies off the shelf because Raheem with Habits is a good guy. He's a fairly new, or they are a fairly new bottle shop. I think they're only about a year old. So yes, I do wish them well. I think this is a great bourbon. So Yellowstone single barrel. This is from barrel 21215. It is 119 proof. It was barreled in February of 2019. We tried this in February of 2024. So basically, it was 5 years in February. So I guess like what, 5.5 now, give or take. And that is the skinniest bottle topper. I'd like to get a good grip on it. It looks like natural cork. And I love that they put the lip there so when you go to pour it, the glass doesn't slip across the neck of the bottle. I wish everyone did that. Wow, I'm definitely getting a lot of traditional bourbon notes, including a really strong molasses and brown sugar. Wait, no, take that back. I think it's more like caramel. I seem to remember that smelling caramel or butterscotch or something like that. Yeah, it's not quite as dark as molasses. It's lighter like a caramel, but very sweet. And then some baking spices, maybe some vanilla. Definitely vanilla. And some white oak, not very heavy on the oak. It's very nice smelling. Cheers. On that first sip, and it's not my first bourbon of the day, I had to cleanse my palate before I started because I did a short on John J. Bowman. But that is on the first sip, it's a spice bomb. I mean, pepper on the pepper on the tip of the tongue and goes across the palate. It's rich. It's got a very nice coating to it. Not quite as sweet as the aroma, but I'm definitely getting that caramel and butterscotch flavors with a definite cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg kind of spices. Rich, bold, and just a little bit sweet. Let's take another sip. Wow, this time I let it swash around a little bit more on my palate. And man, that spice that comes across, I don't know if it's rice spice or baking spices. It's not bitter, and it's to me maybe it's a combination of the two, because it's still I get a little sweetness, a little heavy on the cinnamon nutmeg, but then that pepper's there. So I don't know, maybe rye and baking spices together, kind of a 1-2 punch. It's just a spice bomb coming across the palate. And then when it gets to the finish, the one thing I don't like in the finish is a peppery finish. The pepper goes away, and I'm still left with that caramel, spices. In the finish, it's less butterscotch, more caramel, but that sweetness is still there. Wow, the finish is pretty long. I can still taste it. Definitely the biking. Watch out for those Vikings. The baking spices is still in the finish, along with a little bit of maybe dried fruit, medium to dark, a little bit of sweetness with that caramel. It's a nice combination. It's a great finish. It's lasting. You're going like, yeah, I want another sip, but I'm still enjoying this finish. Yeah, it's still going. It's still there. So it must have a good oil, a good richness to it, because that proof at 119 is not washing it away. Wow, let's take one more sip and we're going to go to final thoughts. Okay, final thoughts. Now, this is a store pick, single barrel, obviously limited release because it is a store pick. So this doesn't meet our qualifications right now for Bourbonomics because the retail price of this is $69.99, unless you're there on the release day, which you get it for $64.99. And more about that later. We'll put the release and where you can go and taste this before you buy it. But so this is right around prices that I pay for a lot of my single barrel store picks, around the $70 range. And I will tell you that this is not disappointing at all. I got a lot of single barrels, and I was a little hesitant of Yellowstone because the Yellowstones, the off-the-shelf Yellowstones I've tried in the past, I wasn't that big of a fan of. Going like, yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. A lot of times a single barrel, the right single barrel, can make all the difference. That's why next month, the month of July, I've really not been drinking that much, people. The month of July, I said it again. I'm stuttering. The month of July is going to be the month of the store pick. We're only buying and reviewing store picks, local store picks, not store picks directly from the distillery, not those kind, even though I love John J. Bowman. We're talking about store picks that someone actually, kind of like this one, actually picked the barrel, got it produced, got it bottled, and put it on a barrel top in their store. We're doing nothing but store picks the month of July. This is delicious, and I stand behind it. If you buy this, and unfortunately it's only locally, but if you buy it and if you don't like it, I'll let you send it to me and I'll drink the rest of it. No problem. Might even send you something back. A quarter horse. Oh, I threw that out. 4 Roses. No, I threw that one out. I'll find something to send back to you. But no kidding. This really is good. It's rich. If you have any doubts about it, come see me Saturday at Habits. I'll pour you a dram. If you don't like it, you can buy something else. You can say hi, say thank you, and be on your merry way. But I promise you, if you taste this, if you're a bourbon lover like I am, you'll like the richness, you'll like the boldness, you'll like the sweetness of this Yellowstone single barrel. We hope you will like this video, comment, and share. And we'll put in the bottom here we'll put in the bottom here where they are releasing this fine Yellowstone single barrel bourbon whiskey. So as always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time.